Disagreement must not lead to disunion. And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans, all Americans. And I promise you, I will fight as hard for those who did not support me as for those who did.
As President Biden calls for unity, the New York Times points out the reality he faces and that we're all aware of. Quote, within days, the Senate will open the former president's impeachment trial on the charge that he incited an insurrection. Roll that around for a minute. The tumult of the past 4 years is not at all over. We are so pleased to welcome back to the broadcast tonight Symone Sanders, a veteran of the Biden-Harris campaign. She is now a senior advisor and chief spokesperson for the new vice president, Kamala Harris, and she has saved us for her first interview since the inauguration. Symone, 2 questions. Number 1, did you have time to put anything in your new office? Did you have time to find your new office? And number 2, on serious matters, do you think the job description for the vice president will mirror the experience Joe Biden had alongside Barack Obama for 8 years?
Thank you so much tonight for having me, Brian. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. And I did find my office. I did not put anything in there. I'll start working on that tomorrow. I was listening to the panel that you all had prior to my interview, and I was smiling as I heard Susan Page speaking. The reality is that the relationship that the president and the vice president have is a strong governing partnership. It is rooted in friendship. It is rooted in respect. The vice president is committed to supporting the legislative efforts of this administration, of the president, amplifying them, and getting to work on the issues most pressing and important to the American people. So if past is any prologue, Brian, I can tell you that the governing partnership between the two of them is strong. And there's a lot of work to do, as you all laid out. And we did not hesitate today to get to that work. The last thing I'll note is right after the celebratory inaugural activities, the president and the vice president, they went to work. The president signed a number of executive orders, and the vice president went to the United States Senate to swear in 3 new United States senators.
We indeed saw that on live television. Symone, because Joe Biden is a creature of the Senate, a veteran of the Senate, because Vice President Harris just came from the United States Senate, though during her first term, I suppose she is going to be put to work twisting arms because the administration needs and wants nothing less than $1.9 trillion in a relief package.
Well, Brian, as you heard the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki say earlier today, this is an important package, so important that this is the key piece of legislation that the president and the vice president laid out prior to their inauguration just last week. And I'll tell you, we believe that the American Rescue Plan and a number of the legislative priorities that the Congress has coming before them are issues that are bipartisan, are issues that are important to a wide swath of the American people. Look, as the vice president often says, the coronavirus does not care if you are a Democrat or a Republican. As the president said earlier today, yes, he ran as a Democrat, but he will govern as an American president. That is going to require consensus. So while the vice president, yes, in this historic role with a 50-50 Senate will serve as a tiebreaker, it is our hope, frankly, that she won't have to break many ties because we believe that there's bipartisan consensus, and Democrats and Republicans have already done this work earlier last year, actually in December with the stimulus bill. So that was a first step, and we are going to build on that work with our American Rescue Plan.
Symone, thanks for coming on. Thanks for having us in. Congratulations to you. And I presume you're cool with getting at least 3 hours of sleep every night for the next 4 years.
I am going to work on it. Thank you so much, Brian, and I'll speak with you soon.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.